What's going on, Euro fam? Today I'm going to be talking about my brother's F30. So it's going to be almost 6 months since we tuned this car. So I'm going to be telling you the pros and cons of having a tune. But first, we're going to start with a cold start. So that cold start wasn't loud because it's 19 degrees outside, so it's not really that cold. Before we start this video, we gotta get a car wash. So now I'm on my way to the car wash. Gotta get this car clean for tomorrow. There's a BMW event, so we're gonna be taking this car. Oh look, Ferrari. Is that 48? Yep. So just got to the gas station right here. Just got my car wash ticket. Let's go. It just rained earlier, so a lot of people are not washing their cars. They think it's gonna rain again, and I hope not. The weather forecast shows it's gonna be sunny, so gotta go slow. Gotta go slow for the rims to get washed up. And now we wait. Let's see how it came out. So on camera it looks shiny, but it's still pretty dirty. It's good enough. The weather in Toronto has been really crap lately, so I couldn't really get a nice car wash. This is one thing I like about this too, the burbles. I don't know if you can hear them. You gotta tap the gas to get those pops. Alright guys, I'm back to my usual spot where I make videos. So I'm gonna be talking about the 6-month review. Oh, well, almost 6 months. It's been 5.5 on having this tune. Big special thanks to Mo from DME Tuning. He hooked up the tune for me. In all honesty, Mo has the best customer service out there. He makes some killer tunes for the M5, McLarens, Mercedes, you name it. We got the tune around late March, and the car had around 5,000 to 6,000 kilometers on it. Right now it has 17,601 kilometers. So we put around 11,000 kilometers with the tune during the summer. And so far we had no problems at all. So in my earlier video I mentioned the specs of this tune, and I'm gonna say it again. So right now it's pushing around 300 horsepower and 350 torque. Since we're in fall right now, the weather temperature has dropped and now it's considered boost season. So we're getting approximately around 310 horsepower, so 10 horsepower gain and 355 torque. And honestly, it transformed the car. Like, you wouldn't believe that it's a 4-cylinder. This thing pulls. It beat a stock E92 335. With that being said, there's a few things I want to talk about with having your car tuned. So I want to talk about this tune in general. When having your car tuned, you should be careful on pushing it to the limit. when you put in manual mode and redline all the way, sometimes this car goes into limp mode and you get all these warning lights, you know, transmission malfunction, stability control, all those stuff. That's just the car freaking you out, telling you to be careful. So this happened to me once. I was showing a buddy of mine the power of this car, and when I was ripping out, I shifted while I hit a small bump and the car went to limp mode. So what I did, I pulled over, turned off the car, I locked the car, waited for 10-15 minutes for the car to reset, turned the car back on, and everything was normal. You just gotta be careful, don't push it to its limit. Throughout the 6 months, we had 2 oil changes, and when we took it to the dealer, I was very skeptical that they'll find out that this car is tuned, you know, and red flag it. But thank God they didn't mention anything, because for them, when the car comes for an oil change, all they want to do, get the car done and give it back to its customer. They're not trying to look for problems or do extra work that's not necessary. But if you have a problem, I highly recommend to flash your car back to stock and give it back to them. And don't do it too many times, because the dealer will know how many times the car has been reflashed, and that'll be an indicator that this car is tuned. So that's one thing you guys could keep in mind. So one thing I noticed with having a car tuned that makes a lot of burbles is it consumes more oil than usual. And it's from my brother experience, because he likes to keep it at high RPMs and let the car burble all the time. He likes to have fun, but that does burn oil. So you guys keep in mind that if you're gonna run an aggressive tune where it has a lot of burbles, it's gonna burn excessive oil. So right now I'm checking the oil level, and recently I got an oil change, so it should be full. And let me see if it shows anything. I'm trying to get the focus. There we go. It's full. So if you guys have an aggressive tune, always keep an eye on oil levels, because it tends to burn more oil. So here's a short clip of the burbles, my favorite part. So I totally forgot that I just cleaned the car, and I got water stains. No big deal. So one last point I want to talk about is the gas mileage. So a lot of you guys would be concerned the car drank more gas because it has more power. And in fact, it doesn't drink that much gas if you were to drive it normal. If you were going to rip it, drive fast, yeah, this is going to drink more than usual. Since it has more power, the car doesn't need to work as much. And on the highway, at cruising speeds, around 110, 120 kilometers an hour, I usually get around 9.1, 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is very good. If you guys found my video useful, you know, it's safe to tune your car if you guys go with a reputable company. And if you guys liked my video, make sure to smash that like button. And if you guys liked my content, I would really appreciate it if you guys can subscribe. Thanks, guys.